G'day, I'm Ben Legg and I want to run through a MedQuiz simulation now. So we've got our introduction video up on the channel now that sort of goes through broadly the website. I thought I'd run through an actual simulation with the development build of the simulator to actually show what we can do. So we've got a few preferences ticked here. I've tried to keep it to ones that are not super tricky, not super should be something that'll be interesting enough, but just a little bit of management and just show off what we got here. So pretty much head over options, new scenario, give it a second. Severe hunger and fast heart rate. That's certainly an interesting job to go to. So as I've said, you can go through the primary survey buttons here. I might actually do that. I don't have a windscreen survey button yet. I will add one in. But since that's going to be a question that you're typically asked in the start of an OSCE, you'd also usually ask about backup, but I mean, backup's never not going to be available if you call it, or you're never not going to call backup in a university sort of scenario if you need it. Obviously, real life is as needed and you justify it and things like that, but within the university, you're going to give a sit rep or something like that. So what we'll do, we'll on arrival, what is the windscreen survey? Quiet campground. Patient is in a tent with some friends. Anxious and trembling. Hello, it's Ben and Steve from the ambulance. What's happening? So this may not be the best scenario. We ran out of marshmallows and there's no shop around. Well, we certainly don't carry marshmallows. Is something else? Or just something for simplicity snacks. Okay. I feel dizzy and I'm joking a lot. I need to eat something. I think we might be looking at a hypoglycaemic episode here, and she knows it. And I've been a bit of a cheeky shit with some poor girl that is in need of some sugar. After and I guess this is probably something that could actually happen. Anyway, our response actually, what we'll do is we'll what's his name? Steve. Let's say, because it hasn't actually replied. Sometimes it does this. We've been sort of over that, and sometimes you can't actually select the text either, which is really annoying if you need to copy and paste it. But we are working on fixing all this sort of stuff, and it will be smooth. There are obviously workarounds for now anyway. Cool. So we'll just reiterate. Let's see. How do we ask? And we'll do our vital signs survey. So I'm not sure why we're not getting responses here. Our vital signs survey will obviously get rid of this, and we'll be able to see what her heart rate and SpO2 are immediately, and then moving forward we'll obviously get a BGL. Not a good example. our heart rate and SpO2 are not there, not showing up there, so that's a little bit annoying. But obviously the workaround will be what are my goals? SpO2, BGL, temp. Apologies for those who like these in order. I basically go what's in my brain at the time. So it starts for them. LBGL. Times for ECG. Sometimes you may need to ask for these things if you. Alright, so not sure. I get what's happened when I've copied it all over into the this development build rather than the other one. I think the numbers are hidden behind the actual image of the monitor, and that's why that's happening. We're not getting the SpO2 and our heart rate here because it's passing those numbers out and putting them up there. That's fine. We can work with it. We've got a normal sinus rhythm. We can assume that it's going to be. She might be a bit tacky, but we can see we've got BGL of 2.8 millimoles, which is obviously hypoglycaemic. It looks. I just recently went to my res school for mental health, and I realised I say I understand a lot, and it does not go down well with some of the actors, some of the mental health patients. I obviously don't understand what they're going through, and I'm not trying to say it that I understand what they're going through. It's more of an I understand what they're telling me. I understand, that. So one of the feedback pieces I did get was to lay off the I understands. So I am trying to do that. Applies to the simulations as well. And of course now I'm a total mental blank on what I can say instead. So I'm just going to go with pretty lousy. Do you have Cool. So look, I'm just running through my sample, which has given us a bit of a what's going on there with the signs and symptoms. She's shaky, she's not feeling good, she's a bit out of it, lethargic, etc. We've obviously picked up that she's got the low VGL. We've confirmed no allergies and no medical conditions, so that's our SAMP. When asked for lunch, you had dinner. Well, actually, we don't need to go IV glucose because she's upright talking to us and seems to be okay. So we could just give her a glucose paste and see how she tolerates that. Glucose paste. Really. Cool. And what I'm doing here, let's administer the patient. Well, I'll type it out. The patient. Let's administer this paste. symptomatic hypoglycemia and swallow or self-administer. There's my attention. She swallows the paste, eats a biscuit. Don't know where she got the biscuit from, but that's good. As I sort of mentioned in the introduction video, it does do that scenario world time warp where she swallows the paste, eats a biscuit, and magically is feeling better. Obviously, in the real world, this might take a couple of minutes. Surprisingly, the cases that I have been to for hypoglycemia, the glucose paste does work very quickly. It's certainly not instant, but within a couple of minutes. And similarly, the glucose 10% IV, it's amazing seeing someone go from being flat, having a seizure almost, GCS probably of a 9 or a 10, to GCS 14 or even 15 in the space of sort of 10 minutes. And being able to be upright and self-administer some complex carbs, things like that. Look, in this case, looking at a scenario here, there've been a couple of bugs go through with the simulator here. I'm going to run a second scenario in just a second. I'll basically refresh the page and try a new one. I'll do that as a second video, I think, but just to try and keep this video short and snappy and get them up fairly quickly. The introduction was 30 minutes long, and it took a long time to upload and process and things like that. But yeah, so we'll run through, finish this one off. That's great. We'll finish off, so we've done our samples there. We've got the events leading up. She had passed them. Our lists of lasts, we could have gone into a little bit more detail. And yeah, events leading up, we can go into a bit more detail there. Obviously, she's gone camping. She's skipped dinner, or not yet had dinner. Probably been quite active leading to the hypoglycemia, low blood sugars. They were low. They weren't super duper low, but obviously they were on the decline. Thinking about treatment pathways, this is going to be different based on your service. And I'm going off memory here. I should probably pull the CPG up, but for Queensland Ambulance, given this is her first, well, let's check actually. She does seem to know that she's gets the low blood sugar. Look, we haven't run through a GCS. We haven't done a lot of our assessments here. Just for brevity of everything, let's run through a GCS. Noosa. It really does come out with some great liners. Just a few friends. We've got plenty of food here, but no one's getting anything for me. Lazy buggers. It's, you know, she's identified that she's had low blood sugar. She's called an ambulance. No one got her any food or anything. You know, it doesn't always make sense, but it's good humour. I did have one the other day. Asking about the contraindications for GTN. It was something like an 80-year-old male with chest pain. I was asking, and this is this simulator, not a real case. Asking about contrast for GTN. Asked if he had any Viagra-like medications, and it just gave a one-word answer: yes. And I'm like, oh, is this like a little, hiccup in the AI? I have asked a clarifying question. I said, you've had some Viagra medication. What did you take? I think I asked. it answered me Viagra. I was planning on giving the wife a good time. I mean, you know, it's kind of cool because in the real world you do encounter these sort of things as well. It's really fun. And look, as I was saying, it's going to be up to your local procedures here as well. I believe, and should probably pull up the CPG and actually have a look, but I believe that an undiagnosed diabetic with a hypoglycemic episode must come to hospital. Let's actually have a quick squiz because learning experience for myself as well. CPG, CPG, and going hypoglycemia. So, mandatory transport criteria. If the patient has any of the following, they must be transported to hospital. Newly diagnosed diabetes, no previous diagnosis of diabetes. The others are irrelevant. We've got newly diagnosed. Well, she's not actually diagnosed, so no previous diagnosis of diabetes. And yeah, that's just obviously for investigation there. So let's go. And you know what I've done? I've just gotten distracted from my GCS. But look, she's eyes are opening. Well, we haven't had any indication the eyes aren't open spontaneously, so we're going to say 4 there. Actually, let me just. Lazy friends here. Cool. Phone speaking. But let's see. Whoopsies. Fingers were in the wrong place on the keyboard. Great. That's. Alright. So look, I'm going to say, and obviously I haven't, in the real world, I'm going to ask them to do the grip strength and see if it's equal and things like that. From this though, I'm going to say she's patient. 5.3. Cool. BGO's come up. Anyway, so we're going to say GCS 15 because we've got eyes are open spontaneously, so we're a 4. She is oriented to time, place, and circumstance, being that she knows she's on the beach with friends in Noosa. So we're at a 5 for verbal and motor. She's obeying. She's able to get up and walk to the ambulance. In the real world, I'd also get her to lift both arms, make sure equal grip strength on both sides. Things like that, and I'd check sensory and things like that. You can go through all that here for brevity of the video. I don't want this to be another hour long video, so I'm going to say we're good to go. And we can just hit end scenario there. That should give us a feedback. The hypoglycemia was appropriately identified through history, and glucose paste was administered effectively. Arranging transport to hospital in consideration of the patient being away from home was appropriate management risk strategy. Cool, good feedback. We could have questioned friends. We could have seen if there was parents there that were able to sort of look after her. But look, the CPG, and I mean, she says she's in Noosa. I'm pretty sure that is actually in New South Wales. New South. It is. No, it is in Queensland Sunshine Coast. Look at me go. I'm in Queensland, so. We have a right to use Queensland ambulance guidelines there, and you know what? For those that aren't in Queensland, I will set up some localization to give you local or at least incidents that are in your state I'll work out how to do that. Actually, I know exactly how to do that. I will set that up over the next couple of days, and that can be one of our first updates patches. But yeah, look, Queensland Ambulance guidelines say that we need to transport her. We've done it. Look, in the car, I'd probably do a RESP assessment just for completeness, and we'll go through that sort of jazz as well. But look, this video is not focusing on policy, it's actually focusing on showing off the simulator. We have had a couple of bugs. I'm going to iron them out now, roll out a quick update, and run through another video in a few moments. So thanks for watching, and enjoy your day, night, or whatever you're watching this in.